this is a topic where a lot of couples, a lot of women, and a lot of men are finding themselves kind of landing in, where the woman in the relationship is wanting to be in her feminine, but she actually makes more money, or she makes the same amount of money but has a lot of success, right? Or she doesn't make as much money, but she wants to, and she's really ambitious. She's got an A-type personality. She's a fucking go-getter, and it can feel really hard of like, how can she, or how can I still be in my feminine whilst also wanting him to lead and be having this desire to be in a relationship where I'm really in my feminine and he's really in his masculine. So this is where this masterclass is going to help you tremendously. So obviously, for those of you that know, and I'm going to do a whole episode on it but like in a couple of weeks, it'll come out, is I have just bought us a $2.6 million house. It's my first house. Really proud of it. It's fucking huge. 7,500 square feet, I think is the right thing. Half an acre of land. We have a very, very big backyard. We live in the forest. It's 3 stories, basement, gym. There's a sauna in here. We're going to get a second one actually because I want an infrared eventually, but I kind of like having to leave the house for it. Otherwise I would literally just stay in this fucking house because it's so big. Massive kitchen. I'm going to have a podcast room in here. In the house, we'll have a podcast studio. I'll have my office. He's got an office, 2 guest rooms, our bedroom, movie area downstairs, like quote unquote movie cinema. I don't know, whatever. It's a big house, right? And I'm really proud of it. And I'm really excited by it. And he's really proud of it. And with our relationship, it's really interesting because for a lot of people, they would assume that I'm the masculine. And in fact, we've actually gone to meet some of his friends before where they've met me for the first time. They don't really know that much about me. So obviously my friends know that I'm the feminine one. They fucking know that. And we've kind of asked them like, well, like, you know, we kind of get into the sex talk. And it's like, oh, who's Dom? And people would literally be like, obviously Monica. And it's like, absolutely fucking not. And they don't know me, right? So they're not assuming that based on my like the way they've seen me act, because it's the first time that they're meeting me. And that's not like they know me on Instagram or anything per se. They are basing it off literally money and success and finances, which is kind of fucking sad, but it's just the way that the world is right now, and that's okay. So instead of fighting against it and getting pissed off about it and feeling like, oh my God, there's no men out there that I can date because they're all taken, or like I'm gonna like the pool of men that are eligible bachelors are less than the average person because I need a guy that's making at least X millions of dollars a year or X hundreds of thousands of dollars a year because I make this much. It can feel very like scarce if we are in that mindset. So what this masterclass is going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to feel like, wow, I can be in my feminine as a woman and make a lot of money and have a lot of success and still let him lead. And he's going to feel like he can still lead. I help my clients with this. It's obviously like my fucking job. Like I do it all the time. And this masterclass is just going to be really specific with it. So there's obviously other programs like Be a Lover, Not a Mother, The Embodiment of Dating, X, Y, and Z, where I'm showing you how to be in your feminine and educating you guys in Queen Alchemy, you know, taking you through all the healing and the modalities in X, Y, and Z to help you to be in your feminine. But it's more general, right? Or it's more about dating, or it's more about communicating with men on a day-to-day basis. It's not about, okay, you are making more money, or you are having quote unquote more success, or you are just a fucking ambitious woman. This is the masterclass that you need to be in. I know there are hundreds, if not thousands of you that need this episode. I know that a lot of you are highly successful women that are either single and struggling kind of quote unquote because of it, or you are highly successful and you're wanting a man to take more of the lead. Whatever it is, you need to come to this masterclass. You absolutely can bring your man with you. And for the men listening, you can come to this masterclass too. So obviously with my relationship, I'm very in my feminine. He's very in his masculine. I make more money. What's been so beautiful is that I used to sometimes have that thought, which a lot of you would probably as well, of like, do I need a man that makes more money than me? Because of the very obvious dynamic of money is a big source of the provider energy. It is like, let's not beat around the bush. It is a really big source of the provider energy. So there was a part of me that kind of wondered, would I need that? Like, would a man that's making less than me, would he feel emasculated all the time? Would I end up feeling like I'm wearing the fucking pants? Like, would it be weird and hard and challenging? And it's not to say that it hasn't come without its challenges. It's more that the communication, the way that I've gone about it, the way that he's gone about it, and the understanding that I have and that I brought to this relationship around money and around polarity has meant that this has not been a big fucking deal at all. It's meant, of course, that that he has gotten more creative at times. But in that, it's just added so much love and beauty and authenticity and fun. And it's made me feel surprised so much. It really has. So in the masterclass, I'm going to be going through a lot of different things that have helped us in terms of communication tactics, I'm actually just going to pull up the website as well. So I'm going to go through a lot of things that have helped us in terms of the way that in which we're communicating with each other. I'm going to go through, ladies, some things for you to be doing for yourself to really be making sure that you're in your feminine, even when you're engaged, when you're talking about money, when there's like a money thing kind of coming up in your head. And I'm also going to give a lot of tips for guys. So for the men, things that you can be doing, things in the way that you're communicating, how you can still show up for her as the masculine, how you can still be the provider, still be the protector, not feel emasculated, not let her emasculate you. And then obviously, ladies, on the other side, a lot of work around how you can be in your feminine, how you can still let him lead, how can you encourage him to still lead, how can you feel, taken care of all the time, making sure that you're not carrying any shame for making so much money. Because there are some women, and maybe you as well, where you actually could be having this like deep, deep, deep twinge of shame of like, I kind of wish I didn't make so much money because of X, Y, and Z, like insert the fucking blank. And obviously that's going to block you with making more money, having more success, X, Y, and Z. And I am so fucking here for making a lot of money, having a lot of success, killing it as a woman in your career, and having a sexy, hot, fucking polarized relationship with a man that leads you, that cherishes you, that provides for you, that protects you, X, Y, and Z. Like we really get to have it both. And this masterclass is really going to help you to anchor into it. So if you are kind of struggling to navigate the murky waters of allowing him to, feel like a man whilst you're the one making most of the money, you absolutely need to come. Even if you are single, but you worry about this for your future, you need to come. It will help so much with you feeling, safe and okay being in this dynamic one day. And it will help you with even like with dating. It really will help you with dating and the way that you are thinking about yourself and your success in relation to money. If you worry about being too much for men, or you feel like you are, you feel awkward or like you're asking for too much because you want your man to be more in the lead, yet like it's so fucking hard, quote unquote, because you're the one making the money, like you're automatically making money more of a masculine thing. And when money is neutral, so money isn't the masculine thing, money is neutral. We've just as a society tied so much masculinity to money, and that we've really tied like money being the thing that provides and protects. And whilst of course there is an element of that, I'm going to be going through, understanding tips, tools, all the things to help you to realize like, wow, there is so many, like here are all the other ways in which I could provide. But then more than that, there was a really beautiful conversation that I had with my boyfriend early on. I figured out some stuff around money and the provider energy, and it has transformed our relationship. But what more importantly, it has helped me to not feel any weight of I am the provider or it's up to me to make the money. So that conversation, how that went down and my thinking behind before I brought that up to the table, I'm going to be including all of that, ladies, so that you can make sure that you have that. And then I'm going to flip it to also the man's perspective so that men, you can also be doing that for yourself. And really, I want this masterclass to be a space where you feel like you can make the money out of a masculine man and not fall into this trap of society making us feel like we can't have both. And it's really hard because not really hard, but like women have unfortunately been emasculating men and making them feel like they do not have a place in society anymore. As women can do it all, quote unquote, yet it's resulting in women that are having great amounts of success, but not deep levels of happiness. And they are coming across men that are intimidated or emasculated by their levels of success. And then for women, this story, this narrative, this this reality really can lead to anger and shame and helplessness because our core desire of connection is still there. Yet we as women can often feel like there's no hope anymore, that, you know, there's no hope that that you can't have a successful relationship, and a sexy relationship and huge amounts of success in your career. So obviously I am then being like, this is fucking bullshit. This is absolutely not the truth. It's just about the way in which you navigate this. And like, do you have an understanding of this topic? Do you really know how to delve into this topic? Do you know how to navigate this in your relationship? Because it is a thing that you need to navigate. And there are things that will help you and things that will fuck you in this dynamic. Of course, it is a little bit more challenging. The only reason why it's a little bit more challenging is because it's not the norm. It's not the norm, and it's a new like paradigm and reality that a lot of us are living out. So this masterclass is really going to help you to feel like, wow, I can be a part of this modern relationship, and not feel like I'm alone in this, not feel helpless in this, and really feel empowered and kind of sexy around like, I can make fucking money as a woman and still be well fucked, well looked after, provided, protected for, and have a man that really fucking leads.